Hello everyone, welcome back to Kobe, Japan. We're on our, I think it was like 15 of our world tour, if my memory serves me correctly. And Eddie has put together another fantastic flight plan for us. We're going to be departing Kobe and heading over to Iwakuni, Japan. There's quite a few attractions along the way, including Hiroshima. So I think we're going to do a little bit of an orbit and just check that area out, see what it looks like in the sim. And yeah, it should be a pretty fun flight. I've got a full little airplane here. I got 4 passengers, well, 3 including myself. And we've got 44 gallons of fuel in the tanks right now. The flight plan, it missed one of the waypoints over here. I'm not sure why Sim Brief doesn't include as many waypoints as we actually have in a sim to use. I'm not sure what the deal there is, but I mean, it's an actual airport, so I don't understand why it's not in there. Anyways, pointless information. We have we're expecting a blocked fuel of 230 pounds. We've got 260 something loaded, whatever 44 gallons equates to, and we're expecting to burn about half that. Now we may extend this a leg along the way, just depending on timelines here. The Comanche 250 here does have a decent cruise speed, but you know us, we like to do a couple crazy things, and I heard there may be bridges in our future, so it could get a little fun here in a minute. I had ChatGPT create a icon for us earlier, which is fantastic. We'll have to show it to you. We may have patches in the future just for everybody to purchase. Other than that, pretty straightforward. I got a block time of 1:49, so I'm expecting about 2 hours or so on this. So let's get back in the cockpit. I've got Ron, Dev, and Eddie. I can see them floating around, but I don't know what's going on with their airplanes. I've only seen like one airplane. Otherwise, they're kind of sitting in an invisible Wonder Woman airplane. I'm not sure what's going on. So, excuse me, we'll jump back in the cockpit and Discord and get rolling.
And then toggle it back off.
I'm back.
We're dealing with something right now.
Okay. All right. Passengers have been briefed for the possible bridge activity ahead. Seatbelt secure. Control lock has been removed. Parking brake is set. Gear switch is down. Hardware's confirmed down. Flaps are up. Yep. And radios are off. Autopilot master to off. Avionics master to off, and all electronic switches are all off, all down. Circuit breakers are all in. I don't see anything popped from here. And rotating beacon can come on, which I find that interesting to turn on before you turn the battery on. Fuel selectors, desired tank, we got both the left and right tank selected. Mixture is set to rich. And throttle can be correct. Prop full forward, checked. Carb heat is off. Carb heat's off. You gotta pull that to turn it on. Master switch to on. This thing has some pretty cool sounds. When he announced this at the Flight Sim Expo, what, 2 years ago now? Oh no, 3 years ago. Was it really 3 years ago? Holy crap. Yep. The audience was just blown away by what he was doing. He was showing videos of him dragging the airplane around with his truck to get the sounds that you hear on the ground. It's kind of neat. Okay, fuel pump to on. Check for pressure. We'll wait for that pressure to build. And once it gets stabilized, we can shut the fuel pump off. Fuel pump can come off. And pressure check, fuel pump to off. Primer 1 to 5 strokes. It only needs 3 in this warmth, so we'll do 1, 2, and 3. And I hear second officer Boots in there attacking first officer Bode. I don't know what they're arguing about in the back seat, but they're arguing about something. Mags can go to both. Prop area is clear prop. And starter can engage. And she's alive. Alright, we are looking for oil pressure. Oil pressure's in the green. A mixture lean as required. So we'll bring the RPM just a touch above 1,000. And lean it till it drops. Just a touch. There we go. Next checklist. Primer is locked. Primer's locked. Avionics master can come on. And meter checked. We are charging about 20 amps. And the radios can come on. Now, we did have the option to do VORs, but I had a bit of a night last night. A little bit of a stomach bug, so my brain is not working too well. Go ahead and squawk VFR 1200, enter. And we can turn that to altitude reporting. Toggle off 3D thermals. Oh, yes. Yeah, you can change that in the weather.
Yeah, that's where I had to turn it on and off, and I fixed it finally.
Gotcha.
Crazy.
Alright, local weather. We are at, where is the, okay, there it is. RJBE. Let's go to map. Grab the weather. And we're looking at 29901. 1. And let's check our compass here. It looks like it is correct. That's good. Let's check the CDI. Heading indicator, that's what we just checked. Landing gear lamp is green. Locked and down, green. And nav lights as required. So we'll go ahead and do... I guess we don't have to do anything here because we're... Lights right, lights left. I guess it's not really technically a taxi light in this thing, so we'll go and turn it on. Rotating beacon is already on, so... next step, parking brake release and brakes on initial roll test. So we'll do that after we get the flight plan in. Go down here, let's go to our flight plan. Set our origin. We are at RJBE, Romeo, Juliet, Bravo, Echo. And our destination is RJOI, Romeo, Juliet, Oscar, India. Iwakuni. And our first waypoint is Romeo, Juliet, Oscar, Sierra, which is Takoshima. Romeo, Juliet, Oscar, Tango.
I think it's pronounced Takoshima.
Takamatsu. Romeo, Juliet, Bravo, Kilo. Conan, the Barbarian. RJKS. Kasaoka. And RJOA. Sim brief didn't include one of those, which that was Hiroshima. So I think we're gonna do a little orbit there, Eddie. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Beautiful.
You can do it. Anyone can do a touch and go there if they'd like to stay low around Hiroshima. But my plan is to kind of arc around, so we kind of do a slow climbing left-hand turn around the city. So pilot side, we can kind of look over that city.
All right. All right. As far as charts, we've got winds 040 at 4. What in the world just happened? My airplane just did something. Why is it bumping around?
Hey, I can't
What's happening?
find Romeo, Juliet, Kilo, Sierra for some reason. It says create user waypoint. Anyone else having that?
I think my sim brief complained about that one.
Not a big deal. Actually, that's one that I wedged in to create a little bit more, to just give us one more touch and go. It's not a critical. JKS, we could bypass or do it. Not a big con.
So can I just not put JKS in just because I don't have a waypoint for it for now?
You could. Yeah.
So this is interesting. With the Comanche, the tablet and Navigraph do not get along very well. I may not be able to use Navigraph with this thing. It bounces the airplane around every time you do it.
What?
So, yeah, with the winds at 040, we're going to have to be on runway 9, which is behind us. So we will take Whiskey 1 to Papa 2 Tango 1. Okay. We've already set this to match before we started the engine, so that's good. Okay. So right turn, left turn. Got it. All right. Flight plans in. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Go ahead and set our trim to neutral. Okay, let's check the instruments. Altimeter set, RPM's happy, and autopilot can stay off right now. Let's get our pitot heat. Strobe light we'll leave off for a second. And I think we're good to go. Alright, let me get my track IR. Release parking brakes. Alright. Brakes checked. Alright, parking brakes release, brakes are checked. Run up. Into the wind. We'll head on over to the runway and do a run up there. Reaching that up just a little bit, it's a little rough sounding. Flaps 1. Alright, I took HDR off, so you guys can see the clouds again. Alright, so we're going to position ourselves into the wind, hold our brakes, fuel quantity checked, fuel selectors, desired tank, we've got both right now. Mixture as required, throttle 2000 RPM. So we are going to go full rich when we do our run-up since we are at sea level, and which matches our altimeter. And instruments checked, so we're looking for oil pressure, oil temp, fuel pressure, ammeter, vacuum, cylinder head temperature, and exhaust gas temperature. We'll check our mags, drop about 125 RPM, and only a difference of 50 between the mag 1 and mag 2. Prop cycle 3 times, reduce auto to 1800 RPM, and check steady, and carb heat checked. Okay. Excuse me. So our CDI, we're going to be looking at a GPS. So we'll go ahead and spin ourselves to 040. I'm going to spin myself around here. So we can do a proper run-up. What's up, Walter? How are you doing tonight? Close enough. Alright, RPM. Go full mixture. Looking for 2000. 2000 checked. Alright, we're looking for oil pressure. Oil pressure is in the green. Oil temperature is in the green. Fuel pressure is good in the green. And looking for the ammeter, which is currently showing 0, which is good. And we're not charging anymore, as long as it's not negative. And vacuum is good. And cylinder head temperature is coming up into the green, and exhaust gas temperature is 1200 or so, and matches approximately what we have up here. It's kind of hard to read that screen right there. Alright, so we're looking for magnetos left, looking for about 125 RPM. Dropped about 200. Let's go back to both. And let's go right. That one's about 150, 160. Back to both, so minimum difference is about 30 or 40, so we're still okay on the magnetos. Oh, bring that RPM back up. We got to cycle the prop 3 times. I feel very uncomfortable sitting here doing run-ups and, you know, facing each other. All the way down.
Run up, so I was just turning back around.
Back up. Oh, we're supposed to go to 1800 RPM. And 3 times. We're checked. Steady. And carb heat. Carb Beat's good. Run up checklist complete. Controls are free and correct. Let's do a left turn here. Elevator trim is set to neutral. Controls are free and correct. Rotor trim, where do you even set the rotor trim? I don't know where to set the rotor trim.
It's a small knob on the right-hand side of the pilot seat. Sorry, the left-hand side of the co-pilot seat.
Left.
It's incredibly small. It's underneath the dash.
Under the dash.
Correct.
What? Oh, well, I've never even seen that. Neutral. Okay.
The more you know.
Yeah. I've never even seen that. Doors, latch, flaps are set, and fuel is on the selected tank. Fuel pump can come on. Mixture is full rich for takeoff. Prop full forward. Checked and checked. Carb heat is off. Engine gauges are good. Hold on. And pilot or pitot heat. We'll go ahead and leave that on. Strobes can come on. And landing lights are all on. Okay. What were we gonna say, Dev?
Would you guys be good if I went after Eddie, just because I'm a heck slower plane than you guys?
Yeah.
What are you in?
Awesome. I'm in a PA-28 Archer. 140 will probably be my max speed if I'm full going it.
You'll definitely need to cut that corner then. That corner of
Okay,
JKS that we did will backtrack us, but you can go to the next one and
Okay,
get back, catch back up.
that works.
Okay, we are
Yeah, I made some mistake earlier.
clear left and clear right. Going into runway 9.
You can also cut the corner around Hiroshima when we're doing our big arc. You can go straight
Will I
across
be
the city.
that much slower than you guys?
I don't know. We're cruising at 160.
Alright, yeah, I'm screwed.
You may have to sim rate.
We
Let's
could
go full power.
150 it and be alright.
Speed's alive. Instruments checked. 80 miles per hour and rotate. That's the brake. Gear up. And we'll go to the end of the runway and we'll do a right turn. Walter, how are you doing tonight? Okay, throttle full open, airspeed's alive, engines checked, rotate 85, positive rate climb, gear up, flaps up. Flaps up. And airspeed, we're looking for about 105, and emergency landing verify right below us. We're about to go over the water though, so that could be interesting. Climb, fuel pump off at 1,000 feet. Coming up on 1,000 feet. We're going to do a right turn here. And power reduce at 1,000 feet to 24. There's 1,000 feet. Let's go fuel pump off. We'll reduce the prop first. 24. And manifold pressure of 24.
I regret my choice of aircraft.
Cylinder air temperature is in the green and the mixture is lean as required. So we're only going to be going to, you want to call it 2,500 right now, Eddie?
I would say 1,500. We're going to get involved with that first bridge real quick.
Oh, okay.
10 miles probably. Maybe 2,000 just to get a look at it and then dive on it.
We'll do a right downwind for runway 9 here. Oh, I see the bridge right now. 1,500 is just fine.
Yeah, it's a big one. The second one is very tricky. The second one I call the limbo bridge.
The limbo.
You've got options. Yeah, you can go as low as you want.
Oh,
as
okay.
low as you dare. It's got options.
How low can you go?
Oh gosh.
Alright, we're at 1,500. Made a profile earlier with the AB9. And I really like it so far. I did a little testing.
Alright, I've never successfully done a bridge dive on stream. I'm gonna try this out this time.
You got
Never
this, bro.
successfully done a bridge dive. This could be good.
I've done many unsuccessfully.
Alright, we're speeding up, so we gotta get this trim back out. Climbed 100 extra feet we don't want.
I'm already falling behind you guys. It's gonna make me sad.
Grab a different airplane. Join us at the second.
I might be doing that actually.
He's gotta do the bridge dive first, though.
Yeah, I'm just going to do first, and I'll pop in a different plane probably. I thought I was the Piper Arrow, and the Archer look so similar, but their performances are so different, and I didn't read the tag when I was selecting it on the home screen.
Alright, so this is part of the meandering you were talking about, Eddie?
It'll be more apparent once we get, I think, onto the second and third legs. Once we get up to cruise at like 3,000 to 5,000 feet between, you know, the various places that you'll see places you want to go investigate and go a couple miles off course to do it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna scooch to the left a little here. Apologize for the noise in the background. The robo rock is deciding to empty its tank.
We actually can't hear it.
Well, you might be able to on the stream. It's a little. It doesn't have the same
Oh.
Discord noise canceling.
For Ron, all of the golf courses are off to our right.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I took us to 2 airports. We could have stayed on the right-hand side of these bays and inlets. We could have, but there are 2 cool airports over here on the left on this little isthmus or whatever it's called. So no golf courses out there, sadly, but they're about 500 over on the right-hand side.
That's okay. I'll live.
So the force feedback, I set it up to the Comanche's max speed for pressure. So what I can have it do is the faster I go, the harder the forces on the joystick are. So it really smooths it
That's
out.
neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm diving down towards this first bridge.
I'd be jealous of that, but I am so happy with just my X56 and track IR and big 4K. I'm so immersed in my setup. It's great, but I would be jealous.
You'd probably be jealous if you could get your hands on a one that was set up really well.
Probably, yeah. I can sense it.
I gotta say, I've been enjoying my.
It's I'm gonna try to get Ron to try out the force feedback, see what he thinks. I don't expect him to purchase it, but I want him to at least experience it.
I expect him to purchase it.
Of course you would.
All right. Yeah, we got plenty of room under this bridge. Let's just make sure it's actually a bridge in the sim.
I hope Eddie already tested that.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you
These
get?
first
Oh,
two
whoa!
are tested.
It broke my propeller.
Oh no.
Maintenance.
Oh my gosh.
Inspect.
What's your plan, Nog?
Fix. Okay. Let's get
Oh,
this thing
that's
started
great.
back up. It broke my propeller. I don't know if we can do bridges with this, guys.
Let me try it.
Why are we not
I'm gonna
starting?
do mine upside down.
Oh, we got a problem.
Oh no.
There is nowhere close to land. I've got some airspeed, but it's bleeding quick. Start. I can't start the prop.
What's wrong, Nog?
We got a problem,
Is
guys.
your plane broken?
Going into water. Mayday. Mayday.
We'll be in the Hudson.
It will be in the Hudson.
Oh crap! This plane is not like upside down. I'm in the water.
Oh gosh. It doesn't like the way it sounds. Oh no. Okay, so the Comanche does not like bridges.
Well, that's bad news for bridge number 2.
Yeah.
You're gonna want a piece of it.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's hilarious. I need to land. I need to put it on the ground so that I can fix my airplane real fast. I need to get my gear down.
I'll meet you guys at the next airport with a better plane.
Copy.
Ooh, that's rough. I can't get my gear down.
You break that too?
Yeah, we may have to restart the flight. That's hilarious.
That's doable. You could restart at airport 2, and that put us close to bridge 2.
Oh man, that's disappointing. I can't believe it made this horrible racket. I was like, what in the world? And then it got really quiet.
Oh no.
I was nowhere even near the bridge, unfortunately.
The man that made the patch gets the first one.
That's awesome. We'll just set that as departure, start flight. Alright, so A2A, I'm gonna...
airport or first?
The RJOS, RJOS. I'm gonna start there because,
Gotcha.
you know, the propeller incident. And of course, you know, we're hauling the mail at a low altitude, but there's nothing nearby. I did not expect the propeller to
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
be the problem. And then I couldn't restart the engine. So fixing it in the air was not an option, which it still broke on the ground here, which is hilarious. Okay. Initializing. We're going to do a speed run of all this.
My question is, how does hitting nothing cause that to happen?
That's a good question. I'm going to shut everything off. Full mixture. Prop correct. And let's go... Oh, no, we probably need to have the master switch off. We got to do the maintenance first. Inspect. What else is broke? Oh, you know what? I probably needed to go to my engine and inspect it. Yeah, that's what it was. If I would have done that, I might have been able to fix it in the air. I didn't think about that in time. All right. Okay, so that takes care of all that. Master switch. Fuel pump. And we'll get that flight plan back in there. Fuel pressure. Max to both. Start. Oh. Helps to prime the engine.
Make sure fuel is on.
It is. It was just the prime. Come on, girl. She got that new crankshaft. It takes a little extra love to get going. And we'll lean that real quick and get this flight plan back in there. Okay. I think you said you have the AB9. Does it help with trim? In other words, fill with the plane instant? Yeah, so the profile I have set up, it is not perfect, but you can, with a light touch, feel when it's trimmed out pretty well. Double check the fuel and payload. We've got 40 gallons left. That's good. And since we broke this thing, I think we're okay. Flight info, checklist. Let's go ahead and get our avionics on. So we can get our flight plan back in. At King Bob's, if you can get your hands on one, I would recommend giving it a try just to see if you like it or not. But I have enjoyed it thoroughly because you can do so much with it. You know, you can go from the Airbus to a 737 and you can change the profiles based on what you're flying. So we're looking at RJOI. And RJOT. To RJBK. RJKS. RJOA. And it should be, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a look at the map, make sure that makes sense.
I just stored my flight plans
Does.
and copy it over.
And the weather is 200 at 3. We've got, what is this runway? $29. Looks like we're gonna do 29, which is behind us to the left. Over to GPS. The ground lights. Alright, I'm probably forgetting something. Fuel matches about 41 gallons. And we'll go ahead and start taxiing here. Drop the flaps down. Airplane has been repaired, so hopefully we don't have any other issues. Somebody dangled a string below us. And got caught up in our prop or something there. Darn fisherman. Alright, controls. Oh, that's good. Engine start. And we need to take a left.
I'm following you.
Alright. Let's trim it out to neutral. Fuel pressure, good. Oil pressure, good. Oil temperature, good. Okay, everything seems good there. We're not gonna do a run up just to save time. Hopefully that doesn't cause us to die again. Famous last words. Fuel heat, strobe, fuel pump. And where are you guys at? Actually, I see you. You're off to my left at the moment, so you guys are on your way here. You plan on doing a touch and go here?
Definitely. Yep. Touch and
Okay.
go.
Well, we'll do some
Okay.
pattern. We'll do some left pattern work while you're doing touch and go stuff.
You don't want to try Limbo Bridge.
I don't want to try any other bridges until we do some further testing.
Oh.
Alright, we're clear
You'll be fine.
left.
If worst comes to worst,
Clear right.
then you just restart the engine midair.
Well, now that I remember, or now that I know about the crankshaft, that's what got me. It kept stalling the motor out. If I would have known that the first time around, we may have been able to save it, but of course I didn't get that opportunity. Alright, prop mix full. Yeah, I'm looking for 85 miles per hour.
If you guys are ready to take off, we will skip that as a TNG.
Yep, I'm rolling.
And go to the next one.
Ready, gear up. Yep, I'm in the air now.
Just behind knock.
All right, Ron, we're direct JOT.
Okay.
How many miles out are you?
12 from you, but we're on a nice, if I just do a right-hand turn, we'll join up by the time we get there.
Okay. Alright, we're looking for 1,000 feet.
Uh, 3,000, 4 or 5,000 is a good cruise leg for this one. Say definitely 4.
4,000? Fuel pump come off.
Yeah.
And let's go 24.
I was just assigning controls mid takeoff.
And 24 under pressure. Alright, there we go. So like right now, Bob, or King Bob, King Bob's. I can feel a slight bit of pressure on the forward. I know that to maintain the attitude I'm at right now, you can just, so if I give it a little bit of trim, you can, if you set your curves up, and I can drag the curves over here, real fast. So if you set these curves up, axis force, so you can set the force up, and you can make this a little higher if you want to right here. This one right here, so right now it's set as, you know, a really low value, but if I were to bump this up, well, maybe the y-axis, I could bump that up, and I could probably fill the trim a bit more. Let's actually give it a try. So it's at 0 and 26 at the moment. Can I set it any higher? No. So I don't want to save this profile when I do this, but so like right there, I can't really fill it. But with that profile, it's a little better. Oh, hang on. Is that the right axis? Yeah, so this profile would be really indicative of being way out of trim. So let me set it way out of trim. So I've got quite a bit of pressure on my fingers, and as I trim it out, I'm paying attention to the, you know, the horizon, and you can kind of feel that pressure dissipate in your hand. So it's pretty nice. Let's go back to change our profiles here. We'll go over to this one just real fast and then reload the Comanche because they're similar. There we go. Right. You said 4,000 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring in a bit of power.
That'll give you a good look at this valley on the left and the bay to the right.
Okay.
Just right along that spine of the mountains in front of you.
All right, 3,500. The GPS mode enabled. Hey, there's a golf course for Ron. Off the right wing. Yeah, we're coming up. So now, Bob, I've got a little bit of pressure. Trim it down just a touch, and I can, based on looking out here at the horizon, feel if it's in or out of trim. But the nice thing is there's no spring center like you're used to, or you can at least eliminate it with the AB9. So it really helps you when you're in a really soft center feel the airplane. So let's go ahead and get it leveled off. And the winds are blowing us around a little bit up here. I need to change my PMS 50 a little bit. Now that also depends on your aircraft. This aircraft is modeled exceptionally well. It's probably arguably the best GA airplane you can get. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our autopilot. Oh yeah, the Comanche is wonderful. We're speeding up, so we keep drifting up. Alright. And let's trim it up a little bit, and altitude. Let's see if it complains. Where is it going? Oh, I'm in heading mode. Oops. Let's see if it'll correct that without it being too crazy. Oh, these reset. They were the same earlier. It's also causing some confusion. So we're looking for west. A little more. That should be pretty close. So let's go back into heading mode. Too busy fooling my airplane to get to enjoy the sights. Whoops, too far. Let's see how well this thing... Oh, that drives me nuts. I wish the knobs in the sim weren't this super slow, then super fast deal. Helps to have my flaps up, huh? Checklist.
See, lock mode supposedly fixes that.
But lock mode
I
is
just
terrible.
I just cannot get behind the blue highlighting. It drives me absolutely bonkers.
Yep. Going to heading mode just to correct us a little faster than autopilot will do.
JOT, field in sight.
I have 15 miles. We'll keep our manifold pressure up here just to get our max cruise speed, 24.
I'm at 13 miles. I'm out over the bay to your right.
I'm over these hills over here.
See that? Airport's going to be in the foothills, not quite the flatlands, so it's got a big cleared light green rectangle. Pretty easy to spot from about 10 miles.
So, yeah, Bob, the other thing I really love about it is I fly a lot of Airbus. And you can get, from V1 Simulations is a real world Airbus pilot, and he has a profile that is supposedly very accurate to the Airbus. And it's so nice having the ability to go from that to GA flying, just change your profiles, and it's not the same feel for every airplane. You can actually match it to it. And then helicopters, you can set it up so that it, you know, trims based on where you're sticking the stick. Sticking the stick is the phrase of the day.
Oh boy.
Alright, altimeter's 299.4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the winds are variable at 2 knots. They've got 2.6 and 0.8. So we're probably going to be on 2.6.
Yep, straight in, pretty much. Dog leg.
And we need to start slowing down. Alright, altitude disengaged. Watch V1 all the time. I think he has a profile on his Discord. Yes, he does. If you can't get it for some reason after you get your AB9, just let me know. Dive bombing a little quick here, just because I got behind the airplane some.
Doing the same thing.
The propeller incident, the great propeller incident of 25, has thrown me for a loop. Autopilot can come off.
I don't think we've ever seen that one.
That is a first.
Usually
Yeah.
the whole plane can't get under the bridge.
Yeah.
It just stops.
Hey,
Not
run.
to damage it.
Got you at a golf course.
Oh. I'm looking
Are we
at
full
the screen.
stopping or?
Touch and go, I believe.
Touch and go.
Is it?
The only full stop's going to be at whatever final you do.
Got it.
All right, I am number 3, it appears.
I had a good night in my league. Monday night I tied for first.
Oh, there you go.
And,
Yeah.
and our team came in, we tied for second. I had a 7 under par with my handicap, so that was my
pretty
best
good.
round. I think I shot a gross 43.
What is our max landing gear drop speed? Flaps. Doesn't
129, I
say.
believe.
For landing gear?
I believe so, yes.
That's for flaps, so the landing gear should be a little sooner. I'm gonna drop them. Help slow down some more.
I was good
Alright.
at the speeds of my plane, which is very similar to yours.
Lift base for what was it, 2.9? 150. Thank you. Alright, mixture full and prop full. Flaps one. Alright, we'll do a flaps one landing. Flaps one touch and
That's
go.
what I'm doing. Big runway.
Yeah, fuel pump can come on. Gear down and green. Let's blow the VS. Bit high, but it's a long runway. So here at King Bob, the inputs are super smooth. There's none of that crazy centering. What kind of hardware do you have right now? I can feel a little bit of back pressure, so I can get a couple notches of trim up, fix that, release that pressure. Verpal? Yeah, see, I went from a Verpal to this, and absolutely love the AB9 over the Verpal. Let's pull some more power, get a little up trim, keep slowing. Because I could never find a cams and spring setting that I was happy with. They always had, even like the no centers didn't center well. And then the ones that did have a center just were too clunky right around the centering point. Nice and smooth. Beautiful. Full power. Let's trim down. And we're airborne. Positive rate. Gear up. Yes, I have the is it the Alpha Pro, the metal one? And I used it. The Z-axis works as well. So I have a tiller. What did you change to? I have the Moza AB9. Force feedback. Alright, gears up, checked. Let's go flaps up. We'll do our right turn. Turn traffic on so I can keep track of you guys. You guys come around for another touch and go?
Just
No.
me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just sweeping around to have a look at Ron.
I'm just getting to the airport. I am.
Oh, okay.
2 miles away. 2 miles away.
Shoot.
Oh, here we'll stay in the pattern then. Do a right pattern. Flaps up checked. Gear up checked. Nice, that's what I wanted to change to. Yeah, I love it. Yes, you can still use the tiller on the Boeings and Airbuses.
That is a newish development. You used to not be able to use twist axes as forward sticks.
Yeah, they had to update the software to accept it with the Verpals. There's Ron. All right, we're gonna dive in under Ron here. We're gonna go buzz the tower. And in these tight
Nice
turns, you
airports
can,
over here.
yeah, they are. You can actually set it up so when you're in a higher G turn, it'll increase the pressure on the stick and everything. There's a lot of cool options. Buffeting, I can show you that real fast. Stall buffeting, and the easiest way to show you what I'm talking about is we'll get some altitude here, and I'll do a off power stall and watch the yoke here. When we get to the stall range, you can see it bouncing around, so you can actually buff it. So let's go ahead and pull the power. It's going to scream at us, so be prepared for that. Keep that pressure on, keep that pressure on. You see it's bouncing around? That's the AB9 doing that. So it's pretty neat. So we get some power. And we'll do a right turn to RJKS. I'm sorry, RJBK, Romeo Juliet Bravo Killer. I'm not seeing your airplanes. I see your name tag, but I don't see your airplane.
Did you turn off the air traffic setting again by accident?
No, it was just weird earlier. It wasn't showing people's airplanes, except for like yours.
I find that to be so common that it's almost not mentionable. A lot of these group flights that we're doing, it's just whenever we're getting set up before we take off, all I can see is the human characters. I don't see your airplanes. There's no airframe. It's just the people sitting in an airplane in the middle of the air.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a little bit myself here lately. I wish they were a bit cheaper. I have a setup for Microsoft Flight Simulator and DCS, a Windwing 18 package with the Skywalker rudders and the Alpha and Bravo honeycombs. Yeah, so it was kind of a... What did I get? I got it around Christmas, didn't I? It was a Christmas gift to myself. My brother has Xbox and I have a PC. It's so annoying that we can't see the planes we pay for just generic. Yeah, I know. It's one of these days we'll have a simulator that you can actually have multiplayer on, since, you know, FSX did it so well 20 years ago.
And B3D. You know what? Microsoft doesn't even add compatibility between different builds of MSFS. You can connect P3D V6 to FSX and it works flawlessly. I don't know how we can't have multiplayer between different builds of Flight Simulator.
Oh no, we got dev started. Watch out, guys.
Okay.
Alright, Dev. Rant away. This is your segment. What did we call it?
Okay. Dev's rants or something like that. Okay. P3D V6 simulator came out in 2022 from a completely different company, is completely backwards compatible with the simulator that came out from 2006 made by a completely different company, and it has multiplayer compatibility with each other. But if you go to a different build version of Flight Sim 2024, you will not be able to see anyone else that's not on your build version. Does this make any sense? It doesn't.
He doesn't even prepare for this stuff, guys. He just
off the top of his head, yeah.
Just off the top of his head.
You could have someone from every version, from FSX, FSX SE, P3D 1 through 6, and all have them connected flawlessly on a multiplayer server natively. Don't understand it. I really don't.
We need a name for this segment. Off the top of Deb's head.
See, we had a name for it. I just don't remember what we named it.
Did. I don't either.
All right, I'm going to keep it at 3,500 just because the cloud layer here. Let's keep inching on down.
I just lost control of my airplane.
Uh-oh. Did you fly under a bridge? I hear they're prop killers.
Seems to be an autopilot, but I can't turn it off. It's doing things I don't want it to do.
Cruise settings. I think it's just up to us. Yeah. What are you asking for? Pitch up? Pitch trim up. Alright, we'll set it. We're already at 22, so we'll leave it there, and we'll do 22 on the prop. Prop first, then pressure. And then minuscule adjustments.
Quite nice.
Yeah, it is. I'm actually really pleased. Alright, I'm burning 17.4 gallons per hour. Call of Duty has been doing it for 20 years. Different camo and guns, can see it all, yet MS can't. Yeah, right. Dude, I spent a lot of time playing, you know, stuff on dial-up back in the day, and I could see people just fine. With all of its flaws, I still have to dig 24. I think it's in a better place than 20 was 6 months in. Oh, 24 is by far well ahead of where 20 was in 6 months. So that is true. And honestly, 24, it looks so good. Especially at night. I love the night fly in 24. Just the lights look so good. The bleed through in the clouds over cities, especially in an airliner. But GA is amazing. You know, in general, period. With the money to back up MSFS, both should have released way better. I can agree. 24 should not have released in the state that it was, especially. Only sample 24 we don't own yet. SOCOM on the PS2 did better. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Alright, we've got 9 miles to go, so we'll go ahead and disconnect our altitude hold. Let her start descending on us. We'll pull a touch of power back so that trim. So we can adjust the throttle here to adjust our rate of descent. So right there's about 500 feet per minute. Let's get it down to about 800 or so. It might not quite be enough, but I think these... is this one at the other side of these hills right here? No, it's across the way there in the water.
Also, should I mention that FSX and P3D both had shared cockpit natively built into the sim?
Yeah, shared cockpit. Oh gosh, if they could give us shared cockpit like right now, or right schmeow, I'd be happy.
It's so much fun. I don't understand why they removed that feature.
I don't know. It's unbelievable to me. How long have you had the Comanche? I got the Comanche when it came out in 20. So, 2 years? But I haven't flown it all that much, to be honest. I love flying, I just haven't flown it too much. As 8, ooh, hang on, I missed a message. A wish for this would be nice to what?
He wants it modular planes. Don't get me started on another rant.
Oh boy. When you say modular panels. I said I've read planes. Okay, yes, I understand. That would be nice to be able to custom format your panels. Has A2A ever addressed a kind of annoying bump camera shake movement? I think it's turbulence related. What you're seeing right here? They have not. I do like how you can hear the tanks and the fuels. What is your go-to plane? What category? Because I have different planes for different categories. Where's this airport? Is that it right there? Yeah, okay. So we're heading straight towards the airport. What's the weather? Winds are 120 at 3. I got runway 9, which is going to be what we want. So we'll do a right downwind for runway 9.
Oh, you mean GA?
I'll pilot off. Glass Steam 430 GSX. Oh, I like the mixture of what this has right here, where you get the analog and then you got a 750. I think that's always really fun. I also like to do a lot of VOR flying, and we're gonna do a right downwind. Enter from the south. Start pulling some power back. Let's get that prop back in.
Which airport are we headed to?
Romeo Juliet Bravo Kilo. Come on.
I feel like you've had a fair amount of fun in the DA-42.
Yeah, the DA-42
Wrong
cow simulation, DA-42, it flies just like an airliner. So if you're wanting to do a point A to point B kind of flight, it's fun for GA stuff. Comanche is by far the best GA plane we have. That's relatively good performance. Excuse me. The cow's DA-40 is also pretty good. It's just slow.
I love the TBM 850.
Let's go flaps 1 to right turn, right base for 1-2. Fuel pump's on, lights are on. Prop full, mix full. The C152 that WB Sim has out there is also a really fun plane to fly. It's got a decent flight model and oh, put a little too soon there. Gear down. Stop yelling at us.
I still don't understand your obsession with the 152.
All right, mix prop full. Sorry, I'm talking and not flying as well as I should be. It's so much. You can just throw that thing around and put it anywhere you want to. I mean, the channel was almost built on that. The wings of the 152.
The upside down wings, you mean?
Yeah, we need to pull that graphic up here in a second. Alright, this is a flaps 2 landing, so we'll see how this differs from that last one.
Oh no!
We'll just touch power back in. I'll get back to the messages here in a second, guys.
Are you guys at JBK right now?
Yes. Oh, this is a closed runway.
It's funny. I wonder.
I had them in the wrong order.
Oh, I went too fast. I'm at RJOA right now.
It flaps up.
I'll full stop here and wait for you.
I'm at the right airport?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're good.
okay. Lots of rate. Gear up. Making sure, because, you know, we did punch the thing in real fast after the great prop incident of 2025. There's some power lines off to our left, so let's get well above those guys, and then we'll do our left turn. Most used when you're going to relax, number 1 enjoyment, that is the A320 from Phoenix. On VATSIM. Well, depends on how much coverage is on VATSIM, how much traffic there is. If it's chaos on VATSIM, it's not really a relaxing experience. But if it's a nice calm night, it's very enjoyable. Touch too slow there. Let's release that pressure and speed up to 105.
Eddie, what's your go-to relaxing plane?
My go-to relaxing plane, definitely a fighter. In 2020, it was the Raptor. I would just cruise. That's why my handle is CAP. It's Combat Air Patrol. So I'll cruise at 20 or 30,000 and just do ovals over high traffic areas, observe. You know, Southern California is great for that. But I can go anywhere in the world and do it. It's very relaxing. I can put some music on Spotify and do it. How's that?
That sounds pretty good.
Reasonable.
I like those evening flights into darkness on the A320. It's my general go-to.
King Bob, I love the FS Labs. It's one of my favorite planes. But if you're already on the Phoenix, there's no financial reason to get the FS Labs as well.
We'll continue on the left downwind until we get past the airport. Where's everybody at? There's Ron, there's Dev,
I
there's
do not-
Eddie. Okay. You guys are ahead of me.
I do not believe Knock owns the FS Labs.
No, I do not.
Respond.
Heading back, I was heading to the wrong one.
Oh. I'm heading towards you now. I'm heading towards Romeo Juliet Kilo Sierra.
Okay.
Not a VOR fan, though that's because of real-world loathing. See, I love the challenge of VOR navigation. It's so satisfying when you go on a 200-mile trip and everything just comes together. The planning for it, I mean, you know, in the sim, it's so easy to just forget about planning and just go do, right? You can just hop in it and take off and fly anywhere you want to. But actually having a purpose in flying is a lot more enjoyable for me. So I've taken a little bit more interest in flight planning and loading and all that stuff lately than I have historically. Alright, pressure's dropping due to altitudes. Bring her back up to 24. Even over the Mooney for the 152. Which Mooney are you talking about, did he say?
As far as I'm aware, we don't have a good Mooney yet, but I could be wrong.
Which Mooney are you talking about? WB Sim 152 is fantastic. Probably my most flown airplane. Yeah, that is my most flown GA aircraft for sure. The Vision Jet's a fun one too. Just because the cockpit is, you know, it has this huge glass windows and it's relatively quick. It's not the fastest personal private jet, but it does a pretty good job. I see FS Labs updated 321. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about the FS Labs. Dav's the only one who does. Has that I'm aware of. Cool, whoever was talking about the Raptor. That is Eddie. Eddie loves his big, fast military jets. And Dev, what'd you say your favorite plane is?
TBM 850 by far.
Yeah, the Black Square TBM 850s. We spent a lot of time on that as well.
That was my first plane with you guys.
I got a lot of time in that. That was a really fun point A to point B mission type airplane. Flying that on VATSIM's entertaining as well. Just because there's no VNAV really, so it's a bit more work. Alright, coming up on 4,000 feet. Let's go autopilot on.
The Mooney by Coronado, I would not say is nearly as simulation depth as the Comanche from A2A. A2A has one of the most in-depth simulations probably in almost any sim for GA aircraft, and Coronado doesn't really go any more above the paint on the screen, in my opinion, at least. I frankly didn't know Coronado even had a Mooney.
I have a Mooney story.
Let's hear it.
Okay, it's a weird one.
Even better.
Okay. Yeah, cool. It's kind of quirky. So my BFF, where I just went to vacay down in southern Texas, Kerrville, Texas, that's where the Mooney factory is. This little airport in the middle of nowhere, way out in West Texas. That's where the Mooney factory is. Okay, so there's that. I didn't go there for the Mooney factory. I went there because where my buddy lives. We just do barbecue and play golf. but the Mooney factory's there. That's kind of cool. Okay, so my father-in-law, he's a retired aerospace engineer. He was in some flying clubs. I talk to him all the time about their planes and back in the 70s, you know, trials and tribulations back then in the flying club. But they had a 182 for years that all the guys, you know, shared the costs on, and they had 182 access, hangared, all that good stuff. But the 182 got damaged in a storm, and then they got a Mooney. I don't remember what the model was or anything, but I was talking to him recently. I just do random stuff, like how did JDAMs work? What did you do to make the fins on the JDAMs work? Tell me. Okay, so lately it was the Mooney thing. They had this Mooney, and they hated it. Everything was wrong with it. They got this Mooney, and it was a lemon. And to hear this 80-year-old guy go through the litany list of everything that was wrong with that Mooney and all the problems that they had with it, it was like, oh, wow. All right, so that's my Mooney story. I don't have anything direct, but I know
So,
some people.
did he have any exciting stories of in-flight failures?
To be honest, when I didn't know anything about the Mooney thing until a few weeks ago and he went through this almost violent list of problems with that thing that I can't remember. I think there might have been, but I was a little overwhelmed at all the problems he was giving me that they had with that airplane. Maybe. I think they did. I think they had some in-flight stuff. You know, some of the guys did.
I had a coworker who was in a 152 and had an engine failure and had landed on a driving range or a golf course, one of the two. He's actually the guy that whenever we do drone flights, he was we were flying the LiDAR drone, he was the one that was always with me.
Good.
I think because the sim is relaxing for me, I tend not to do too much. I like to carry an auto Piper. Good information, Dev. Thanks. I don't think I have any A2A planes. Yeah, the only A2A plane I have is this one. But a lot of times on the group flights, we'll do the VOR flights just for the extra challenge. What are you gonna say?
The only A2A plane that exists for 2020 and 2024 right now is the Comanche, anyways.
Yeah. All right, winds are 100.4 at our next airport. We've got runway 3 and 21, so the winds are basically a crosswind, so we can pick whatever one we want. 21 is a little more favorable, so we'll do a left downwind for 21. All right, let's go ahead and I was doing a little leaning there, so we'll bring the mixture back in. And we'll take our auto altitude hold off and pull the power back some, start descending. Yeah, like I was saying, I like to use. I don't have my private pilot license or anything yet. I am intending this summer to start doing some training for sport pilot, and so for me, the sim is a good place to go practice a lot of the stuff that they'll be asking me to do. So if I can focus more on learning how to actually fly an airplane in real life versus the sim, and I already know all the terms and things, I think that should help me along. It's all self-taught, so I'll probably have a lot of bad habits I gotta get over.
I'm in the same boat as Michael.
Big Bill says, that sucks. I guess he's talking about the Mooney. I know many people that have them and love them, especially with the manual gear. That's usually low maintenance. I want to do a discovery flight. I have a feeling that it will send me down a rabbit hole. Yeah, it's a very expensive hobby. Why sport over PPL? Just some medical stuff that since you just need a driver's license, it'll be a little easier for me. And my local airport has 4 Bristows B23s, so renting one is no problem. And with the Mosaic ruling the FAA is about to push out, I'm colorblind, so it kind of prevents me from doing commercial flying. I'm going to try once I go sport, you know, all those hours count towards PPL. If I ever decide to go for PPL, there's another test you can do where the control tower will shine the lights at you and you gotta quickly identify them. If I can do that, I can get some sort of waiver on my medical. So I'll probably try that. And if that's the route, I'll try to get my medical then. But I want to actually get up and go and be able to enjoy it for a little while before I start that battle. Plus, it's kind of expensive to deal with that whole process. So it's the quickest, easiest thing for me.
I'm going to drag you down with me all the way to CPL.
If I manage to make it to CPL, that would be a lifelong dream.
FYI, this runway is the hardest one to see, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
It's next to a road, so there'll be a dark road kind of pointing at the bay. The runway is right next to it, just to the left of it.
2 miles out, but I don't quite see it.
Yeah, I can see it now. I flew over it and then had to turn around. I saw Eddie flying to it, so.
Yeah, the scenery's not loading in either.
Right
That doesn't help. Gotcha. Just flight released a preview video today of the upcoming beach Starship. I don't like the Starship.
I'm gonna hate you forever for this.
Alright, I cannot
go.
identify this runway.
Just so you know, NM flyers from Black Square, not any builds.
You might be over it.
I am. I'm trying to identify where the heck it is.
Touched and goad.
Touched and go. Touched and went. Why can I not see this
Touched
thing?
and went.
I'm blowing through the pattern here, but
Yeah, it's definitely hard to see.
Yeah, I just took off. I'm under your left wing.
is that it right there?
So it's gonna be under your tail right now.
Oh, okay. It's loaded in enough where I can see it now, so it was kind of slow to load in for me. That wasn't helping anything.
See that little river or canal to your left behind your flat?
Yeah.
Left flat?
Yeah, I got eyes on it just for a second, so.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna give it another run.
I'm gonna drop that gear just to help us here. Oh, sorry, I missed the drone question. Give me 1 second here. So, what drone do you fly and for what? Cinema, utility, inspections, mapping. So, I'm an engineer by trade, and I kind of weaseled my way into the drone program that our department has. So a lot of it's just for inspection stuff and construction progress. But the other aspect we do is we do photogrammetry and LiDAR as well. So I'll do some mapping with the LiDAR drone. We've got a Harris H6, which is a hybrid version of that. And it has a gas engine on it, so it has a pretty nice long time in the air, flight time.
Isn't Harris a military defense contractor?
Yes, they are. Yeah, so out in the other side of the world, they do some crazy stuff. They were telling us some people attach weapons to the drones and fly them around. So it's a pretty interesting aspect to that world. I'm gonna do a little side slip here. Well, I too am in utilities, actually.
I might be doing my drone license over summer. We'll see.
Well, if you get your PPL, the drone kind of comes with it.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna be happening for another year at least at this point. Might as well get something in the interim.
Coming in hot.
Long story, I'll tell you later.
Ooh. Ooh, that was a little rough. Just bouncing around in the cockpit is really aggravating. That was right here. Yeah, aviate, navigate, communicate. Yeah, we were doing a lot more communicating than aviating there. That's what got us. Flash 1, okay. Go to a slow right turn. Engineer must be cool. Driving train. My electrical and controls engineer, or computer engineer. Background and controls.
Such a cool job.
It is pretty neat. Although I don't do a whole lot of controls these days. Do mostly project management anymore. Mavic 3 Pro. Yeah, we've got a Mavic, the Enterprise 3 as well, which we use for photogrammetry. We got an Inspire that we don't really ever fly anymore. And that one's good for cinematography and things like that. Got a nice camera on it.
Is Inspire a Maverick DJ product as well?
Yes, it is. Hello. There goes Eddie.
Frankly, I would just take the 107 just for fun, just to have something to do until I can hold me over until around this time next year, actually.
It's definitely fun.
We're looking for 10,000 on this leg. Anywhere 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever you can get. 140 or 50. And this is going to be our Hiroshima arc.
Okay.
So if you could, the airport, if it could pass off to your left by about a mile or a half mile or something like that, that'll be your mark to let you know we're about to start.
Is there a way to turn off this head bobbing business?
That's what King Bob was mentioning earlier, I believe.
Yeah, I think so as well. Turbulence. Strength. What if I turn that down? Nope, still annoying. Ukraine just took out a third of Russia bombers with drones. Oh, wow. I mean, the amount of drones that are being used in that war is insane. 107 is way easier than the PPO. Yeah, the written exam was pretty easy. Yeah, I got a 98 or 97 on the R107 test.
Oh, nice.
I missed 1 or 2 questions. I don't remember now. It's been a few years.
For you guys going into aviation professions, having retired from one, just to let you guys know, what these annual tests that you have to take in whatever profession you're in, and sometimes biannual or whatever it is, but you have to test all the time pretty much to maintain currency in various things and certification in various things. The standard for testing is 100%. That's the competitive nature of everybody in the, you know, in the field is 100. So superior knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of studying involved, that's for sure.
Yep. That's
I would hope you score 100.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, it's not like high school or anything like that. It's the standards are very high. Competition is very high.
That makes sense.
Yep. It's not an operational multi-year thing, you know, when you're in the groove and it's a daily thing and you've got to do it all the time, that's what the expectation is.
I appreciate the heads up, but just... Yeah, I looked and I was like... I figured, but I was like, I didn't know it was that high.
It is, and it's kind of a pleasure to do it. You know, you're ribbing
Well, it sounds like
everybody.
fun, yeah.
It's fun. Everybody's your friend. You know.
I love the banter.
F you missed that one, loser.
I love that. I love
Well,
competition. I'm
I
very
love
competitive.
I love. I love test taking, so I think I'd do pretty good in that environment.
We just gotta slow you down.
Okay.
There's 5,000. About firewalled on the power here. I am leaning it out a little touch as we go up. Just watching
Can you
those
guys hear me
EGTs.
all right? My audio is significantly delayed today for some reason. It's like 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, you sound fine.
5x5.
Yeah, so I've been hand flying this all the way up to cruise, and I mean it's
Yeah,
just
me
ever so slight bump of the joystick here, and you know the trim has been set for this entire time. Now I'm going to start losing some power here shortly because I'm about to be firewalled, which I am now. So we will have to trim it out a little bit.
I'm landing at the last airport right now.
You
You're landing at the last airport?
Romeo, Juliet, Oscar, India, correct?
Yep. You're a beast.
Yeah, I'm there. I went too fast at the beginning, and I didn't want to really turn around. I have some school I need to do tonight anyways, so it's gonna be a good chance.
Okay. All right, ladies
What?
and
You
gents,
have to
hopping off.
study
Good
for
luck
your
on this.
107?
Pilots, take care. Thanks,
No.
Bill. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Tomorrow's the last day of school, so I have a final due tomorrow, and I'm just working on that, getting that pumped out and ready to go.
Got about 14.5 gallons each tank right now. Eddie, there's going to be clouds involved now.
A little bit. Yeah, these weren't here before.
It's not that bad.
Well, you're at the last airport.
Ed,
you
did
know-
you get part 107?
Say again.
Do you get part 107?
I used to. I did for a couple of years. I spent a lot of time, had a little nest egg, so I spent a couple of years out in the Western Third. I went all over the country with a Phantom 4 Pro Plus. It was a nice, like a $3,000 kit. And I just went all over the country kind of doing stock footage. I did some research, like how can you make money with this thing. I did a little bit of real estate, made some money with that, and then did stock. I still have about 10 terabytes of stock. I could go through, sell, post up. I've done a little bit with it. I could do more. Yeah, that's what I did with my 107.
That's pretty cool. Where do you go about getting where do you go about starting this entire 107 situation?
FAA testing publications, get the study booklet, find out in your city what is the third-party tester location, what dates they provide the testing, plan, allow for 2 weeks of basically cramming, like finals level
Gotcha.
cramming for 2 weeks prior to the test date. Pay the money, $200 or $300. Yeah, make the appointment. That's it.
I think it was 175 when I took it, or somewhere right around there.
Oh,
I think mine
that's
was
less.
250 or something.
Which worked
That's
actually
less
paid
than
for
my
it too.
AP test cost.
Worked
Mine
good
was
for
a
mine.
packed
That's
house.
awesome. Really?
I think this was 2016 or 2017, and this
I was getting
place in St. Louis did multiple. It was an aviation related testing facility downtown. So they had the cameras and all that. But it was a packed house. I was in a testing room of like 30 people.
That's crazy. I was the only person there.
For the 107. For the 107. And this was 2016 or 17. Packed house. Crazy.
Yeah,
And
I
at
was
that time,
the only person
at
at
that
mine.
at that time, I was something like the 10,000th person with a 107 license or certificate, and there were something like a million commercial level drones active at that time.
Oh wow.
So it felt like it was a nice little club, you know. I was in all the organizations and stuff back then.
So I take it we're not doing a touch and go since we're at 10,000 feet and I'm 12 miles out.
Correct. Our next task is to imagine a nuclear bomb going off over this city.
Hmm.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Little boy.
Is there any evidence of that still visible?
I don't think so, other than the museum.
Oh,
I think they
okay.
rebuilt.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what that museum showed.
Hmm.
I went to the nuclear museum in New Mexico, Albuquerque. It was pretty neat. Kirtland Air Force Base.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'll have to check that out because Albuquerque's actually a nice place.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you're ever in Albuquerque, it's right near where you would be in Albuquerque. Take you about an hour walk through it.
It was one of my favorite places to visit simply because it was like 95 degrees and it was comfortable because it was so dry.
Dry, yeah, the dry heat.
I'm so used to the humid crap.
Yeah, you can tolerate much higher temperatures out there.
Yeah. Alright, we're coming up. Let's get some good down trim to make the ease of altitude. Oop, a little too far. My city. I trimmed too much. Yeah, I was in Boy Scouts when we went into the Philmont backpacking over in at that ranch there. That was the coolest trip of my life.
There's so much to do out west. But the western third of this country is just my favorite place. It's an incredible area.
I haven't spent much time out west. Going up to Boston and Providence for the Flight Sim Expo is going to be the farthest northeast I've gone too, so that's going to be an interesting change of culture.
Yeah.
And 10,000 altitude hold. Pull the RPM back to 22. Power is firewalled. And we haven't had an opportunity to do this yet. Let's do lean find, Rich of Peak. Easing back on that mixture. Should be soon. There it is, lean set. Zero degrees.
I just want Dev to know I was not alive during the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh, Lord.
It was 1945. Just so he knows. Is he still here?
Okay. Yes, I'm still
Okay.
here.
Oh, good. Okay. Just make a note of that. Okay.
He's checking his
Some things
TikTok.
precede me too. You know.
They sold that ranch years ago to pay for abuse lawsuits. What? Really? What kind of abuse lawsuits do they have?
It's called divorce.
Oh, wait, what ranch is this?
Philmont Scout Ranch.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think divorce is involved.
Are we supposed to be flying around Hiroshima?
Yeah, my idea was to kind of be a little bit up high, like maybe 8,000 feet with it out the pilot side, left side, as we kind of turn in, and we'll do a straight in descent on the far coast into Iwakuni.
Okay.
This thing does not go from view or waypoint to waypoint too well, so we're gonna go heading mode. Scout leaders abusing. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Why was? Okay. All right, let's
Well,
go
that's unfortunate.
into heading mode. We'll do our left turn. Slight right track. I need to change my menu options here. Just take the D track out and turn that to the winds. There we go. I've got a headwind straight on. Yeah, that was the one that, like I said, one of the coolest trips I've ever been on. It was, I think we did almost 80 miles, backpacking over 10 days. And they had these different camps set up. And we went to a mining camp, a logging camp, a Civil War camp, a rock climbing camp, and a ranch. So you kind of got to experience the culture of each of those. Yeah. So rock climbing camp was cool because I was already a rock climbing instructor. So, you know, I got to go there and it was easy peasy kind of a rock climb for me. I basically walked up the hill. I don't even call it a rock face.
Yeah.
And, but that was, you know, it was cool. And then the Civil War one was really neat because they had us get out in formation and march around to orders. We got to fire flintlock rifles, and you know, eat around with these guys who were in character for the Civil War reenactment. So that was really neat. Logging camp. We went there. You know, it sounds cliche, but we got to chop some wood. But they were using, you know, old style tools like they would have back in that time. The ranch, we got to ride horses. It was my birthday when we were there, and I tried to get a kiss from one of the cute ranchers there. It didn't work out in my favor too well.
Respect.
I turned 18 on that trip, and it was pretty cool because my scoutmaster brought a birthday card from my parents all the way up there, and we climbed up to one of the peaks. It was 11,723 feet, and we started about 2,000 or 3,000 feet below that. The weather was 70, perfect, low humidity, nice green vegetation.
Gosh, it keeps getting better. Do you realize this? This is incredible. Keep going.
I'll send you a picture of me after we got to the peak of that because it was in summer. and I have a picture of me squatting
Oh my
down
gosh.
in a pile of snow.
Well,
Because when we climbed to the top of this mountain, it would drop below 30. It was blowing 60. And the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my life was sitting up there. And it was Folgers
Oh my
instant
gosh.
coffee. Because I was so cold.
Wow.
But I was the navigator for that entire trip. And, you know, they give you a topo map and
Whoa!
some general information to follow. But the my friend who was with me, he was like, yeah, I can do it, or whatever. We were lost in the first half hour of the trip. So I took over the navigating duties from that point on and didn't get us lost anymore.
Well done, sir.
So yeah, it was a really fun trip. I had to rescue somebody. There was a part of one of the camps on the last couple of days. There was these big, huge boulders you could go bouldering on, and we climbed up to the top of this one rock basically, and there was just like this cave that went back into it. And he was like, "Oh, I want to go up there," and so he climbed up there, and then realized he was too scared to climb back down, so we had to go up there and rescue him. Drop him down over the edge. And yeah, it was kind of amusing. But no, that was...
they just took 2 bodies off Mount Katahdin in Maine over this past weekend of a father and daughter.
Oh, wow.
The guy was like, might have been 60. The daughter was like 30. So Sunday here wasn't too bad weather-wise, but there was still there was rain and sleet. It was in the 30s. The father was a very experienced hiker. Mount Katahdin, I think, is just over 5,000 feet. I think it's the end of the Appalachian Trail, and they recovered the father on Monday, and I think today. Yes, it must have been Tuesday because it was in the paper today. So it must have been Wednesday. They recovered the daughter near the top of the mountain. They just got lost. They started looking for them because I guess their car was parked in like you're only supposed to be there for a day,
Yeah.
and if you're not out, they went looking for them, and it took them a while to find them. But yeah, dangerous activity. It can be.
Yeah, it
If
is.
you're not prepared.
Yep.
All right, Ron, I'm starting my descent here. I was just off your wing there.
Oh.
Yeah, backpacking is a surprisingly, even a local trip that's, you know, a 5 mile out and back can turn deadly real quick if you're not prepared for
I
it.
mean, yeah, the father was quite experienced, but you know.
With
still-
anything though, experience can turn into complacency, you know.
Yeah.
Knock, your story was incredible. I think I might actually love to hear it again. Ron, you need to look into the missing 411. That story sounds really suspicious.
Oh, really?
Missing 411. We've talked about it before.
What's that?
Well, so there's these national park guys in the 90s and early 2000s that contacted a retired FBI guy who had some interest in some national park things. Well, these national park rangers had some suspicions that things weren't maybe adding up in some of these disappearances. So they get with this retired FBI guy, and he starts looking into it, and there's some weird stuff going on in the national parks.
Interesting.
With people that you wouldn't think, and one of the red flags is when people that you would not think would go missing because they're so capable and skilled and experienced, but they do anyway. That's suspicious.
Yep.
Let me get the details. I got the paper here. Well, online anyway.
Missing
So-
411.
Never mind, I'm not going to ask any more questions.
Descending in a final 10 miles out from Iwakuni.
Iwakuni. We try to do a bit better of an approach on this one.
Guys, so our next leg is going to be from here over to the Korean Peninsula.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're going to take off from here and spend the first half of the flight heading to Nagasaki. And check out the nuclear destruction there. And immediately after Nagasaki, we'll turn right and head over to final at Busan, South Korea. And that'll position us for a South Korea flight up into North Korea.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep.
I wonder how the photogrammetry is in that part of the world. Russia photogrammetry is interesting.
Terrible.
The last time I flew in Russia was with you guys. We flew from Kiev, Ukraine to Moscow. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
Just us three.
It was the only Russian flight that I've done. So
It
I
will
do
stay that
remember
way
it.
for me.
You're not going to join us?
I think there's cool places in Russia. Russia's got like the
Oh no! I'll
mountains.
go to Russia with you guys. I was just saying it has only been so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. The daughter was 28. Father was 58. They found his body Monday. They found her yesterday.
Oh, man.
Found by a Maine warden and a service canine search team.
Ron,
Mm.
do you listen
There's-
to audiobooks?
Yes.
Brother, look up Missing 411. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
I swear. It's a series. It's 3 or 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is it real or fake?
That's the question. That's the investigation. These are official
Okay,
people
it's not what I
trying
meant.
to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
they're like, what the hell is this? You know,
Yeah.
this is crap. This investigation was crap. This obviously isn't what happened. What's
Yeah,
going
they
on
said-
here?
First responders have since found both succumbed to exposure. That's.
Likely,
Mm.
it happens.
Yeah. It can sneak up on you, especially if it's warmish, 70 during the
Yeah.
day and it's rainy.
Well,
That's
the weather-
hypothermia weather right there.
so the weather at Mount Katahdin on Sunday was cloudy with rain, sleet, and winds reaching 30 to 40 miles per hour. Similar conditions were reported on Monday. He said, I've seen some pictures with snow. Temperatures would have been in the mid-30s, wind chill about 19. Monday, temperatures were up into the 40s. Oof. No, that's too bad.
Marginally survivable.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough weather right there.
The wind and, when you get wet and you can't get dry, warm,
It's
it's
game over.
pretty bad. Yeah.
Alright, I am 8 miles out and way too high.
You're fine. Remember the
Am I
bridge?
being mocked now?
No.
What'd you say?
I said, am I being mocked now?
You? No.
Never.
Never.
Okay, thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Alright, we're gonna turn the autopilot off. And we're gonna do a really far away base for 20, I think's what it was.
Eddie, are you already down?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I see your name tag at the airport.
yeah. Center field, watching you guys come in. Rod's coming in hot. He's screaming. His hair's
go-
all peeled back.
I'm going downwind here. I'm trying to find the runway. Should be off. There it is. Okay.
This one's a little easier to find.
Yeah, it's right on the edge of the water here.
Alright, mixture is full. Fuel pump's on, lights are on. We are on a left base for 20. It's a little bumpy.
It was a little bumpy out there today.
Started off really smooth and then it got a little bumpy as we went. But we're going in some weather right now.
I hand flew the whole thing.
Oh, nice. There was some autopilot usage from my end, but I did a lot of hand flying tonight. Alright, we're gonna level off here for a moment. So we can drop that gear. And start dumping some speed here. Short funnel. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Blow my flaps up. Easy. We're gonna be dropping into this bad boy.
I'm looking into my crystal ball and I see a slip in your future.
Yeah. I'm used to having the banana arc with autopilots, so not having it is, my skills obviously need some work for descending in this thing. Luckily we got a nice long runway though.
It is a nice one.
Where you parked at, Eddie? I see you.
Come on, taxiway. Just kind of watching you guys.
Yeah, prop mix, fuel pumps, landing gear down in green. Oh, I'm coming down right on top of, I guess it's Ron.
Yeah, that's Ron. He's over the numbers.
I'm trying to slow down, Ron, but I'm going to be in front of you.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, Ron. How's it
Pull
going?
up.
I landed at the very beginning of the runway.
Look at that. We made it right on the 1,000-foot markers. Oh boy, that wind is rough. Alright, I'm gonna backtrack.
And I think I see a taxiway. Here we go. Taxiway to the right.
What's that? My sim is stuttery.
I don't think I've ever flown this plane before. It's pretty nice. Bonanza.
What are you in, Ron?
Bonanza?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I really like Bonanza. I fly it a lot.
Pretty nice. That's what you're showing up as.
Yeah, that's what I'm in.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. That would be a
Or it
first.
should be the black square bonanza.
Black square bonanza is nice.
I like it because the windows are so good. And for a GA airplane, the visibility is really nice. It's almost fully unobstructed.
Look at this stutter I'm getting occasionally. It's really annoying.
Hmm.
Not sure what's causing it. I only started doing it on that last cruise leg. Alright, let's go find us a parking spot and get a group photo. Sure, we can
Following
come
Eddie,
off.
wherever he's going, I'm going.
It's always amazing to me. I know we're all going to the same place on the same flight plan, but you know, we got scattered about quite a bit in that flight. It's amazing to me how many times we will. Oh, looks like I broke a flap. Or the overspeed. How often we'll be landing right on top of each other?
I know, we landed within seconds of each other.
Yeah.
And I had to go out and around to go back as I was looking for the airport.
Now, I wonder if your all's
Hold on,
tail
hold on.
number is actually correct. Because you have different tail numbers.
I don't believe they are.
Nah.
Do we? Let's see.
You're in the same airplane, but
I
you have
always-
different tail
Oh, yeah.
numbers.
No, it's
Oh
not.
yeah, Eddie.
But,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
different.
Yeah, they are.
That's such a basic model matching function.
Alright, parking brake set. Lights are off, boost pumps off. We need to repair our flap from our overspeed. I'm just breaking this thing left and right today. That's cool how that is modeled. And temperature... cylinder temperatures are down. Let's pull the mixture. Magneto's come off. Heat heat come off. Beacon off. Avionics off. And radios. Turn those off real fast. And master switch off. Fuel pumps to off. And let's go ahead and repair the airframe from our aggressive descent maneuver. Fix.
You want to call that maneuver?
You shut your mouth. All right. Let's group up and face this direction. I'll scoot out with the camera. There you go. Perfect. Eddie, take one step to the left. You're a little too close to Ron for my liking. There we go. Oh, one step to the right. Half step.
Me?
Half step back to the left. Just tap it. There you go. Close enough.
That's funny. That's great.
There you go. A little crouch in. Got Eddie's over here teabagging.
Oh no. we don't know the emotes yet.
All right,
How do you
I could be wrong
crouch?
about those.
How do you crouch?
Charlie.
Yep.
I wish I would keep my camera location. There we go. And now we look like we like each other.
You need to be too much.
I like how we all have the same face and same glasses, and Ron and I appear to have the same ball cap, and we're just all
Same
like,
all caps.
yeah. we just
Different
flew
co-
200 miles. We're all bored now. We're on the ground. Ugh.
Yeah, different
Disgusting.
colors.
Yeah,
Piece-
we made
piece-
it this
Piece
time.
of cake. Piece of cake.
All right,
Except for the bridge.
That bridge was
No.
nothing.
the bridge. The bridge was easy peasy until I ran out of prop to use. This poor thing. Alright. Apologize for the first and second officer going crazy in the background. They're just happy to be on the ground, I guess. We will be back on Sunday for our usual commercial flight. And I got one of the officers in here. But I don't know what we're going to be doing yet. We're going to be continuing our flights from, I think we were in Billings, so we'll probably be in 320. Heading somewhere further west. Until then, guys, happy flying, and I'll catch you next time.